Hey everybody, welcome back to Nicsminibikes. Today we're going to take our big block cones shred head 15.5 cc combustion chamber, and we're going to open it up to hopefully 20. If you've watched our Tillotoson build, you know we went big bore, big stroke, and if I were to slap this head on there, I would need 110 plus octane gas because it would have somewhere in the neighborhood of 15.5 to 16 to 1 compression ratio, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to run methanol, ethanol, whatever. I want to go to the gas station. I want to fill my cans with premium and go have fun. I don't want to deal with finding and getting a hold of race gas every time I want to ride one of the mini bikes ever. So I don't know what I'm doing, for one. So keep that in mind as you're watching. This isn't a how-to. It's a watch me do this and hopefully it works. So we're just going to open up this combustion chamber. Mainly I think I'm going to focus right around the back side of the valves here, kind of unshroud that back third of those valves. So right here and right here. So yeah, first thing we're going to do is we'll get this set up and we'll double check what cc's this head actually is. I asked Google. They said a milliliter is the exact same measurement as a cc. So what do I have for this? I got a thin piece of plexiglass that I set on my head and I traced everything out on it like that. Remember, I don't exactly know what I'm doing, so I drilled a few holes, one to put the fluid in, one for air to get out, or two for air to get out, and we'll just see what happens with that. I got two C-clamps to hold this to the head, and I'm just going to use water. I think you're supposed to use alcohol. I don't got none, so I'm going to use water, and I'll coat the sealing surface here in a little bit of oil to give me a kind of a seal there, and then I'll clamp this on there with those C-clamps. So let me get that set up and I'll bring you right back. All right, so we got this set up on our head here. I got a thing of water over here. I got a 20 milliliter syringe. Just gonna fill it up and put it to 20, and I'm just gonna start injecting it in there slowly. So it's full. We do have a little air bubble, but we're not going for perfect here. And we're right at 15.5 actually. So maybe with that little bubble, we're at a 16, whatever, 15.5, 16, that's close enough. So we'll get this taken apart. Set our little plate to the side. Heat that water out, and I'll give my tray of water to Bear Dog. He's over here. Here, Bear Dog. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 72 millimeter head gasket here. I'm going to line it up the best that I can. And I'm just going to trace our circle here. kind of just like a guidance thing, like, hey, don't go past this line because then your head gasket won't seal. So I went on Amazon and I picked up these rat tail rasps, whatever you want to call them, and they were fairly inexpensive, so I imagine that they'll work perfect. But right now I want stock removal, so I think, I don't really know. Not gonna lie, I don't really know. I like the way this one looks, so I'm gonna use it. But basically, we're just gonna work right here. I'm gonna call that side good. I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna do the other side. All right, so here's what we got. I did this right here, and I did it over here. And this is kind of just a rough round one. I'm gonna get the plate put back on, my clamps put back on, and we'll shoot it up again and see what we got. All right, starting off at 20 milliliters, and we'll just slowly fill it up. So it's full there, and we are, it says we're in exactly the same place. And so we'll just do a little more. So this time I'm just going to kind of try to smooth out the whole combustion chamber, see what we get after that. So we got after it pretty good that time. Let's check the CCs again on that. All right, here we go. 20 milliliters back in here. Off we go. It's blowing my mind that nothing's changing. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but we're still at the same. So I'm going to keep on working on this, and I'll bring you back for our final check once I get it to around 20 milliliters. All right, so we worked this combustion chamber and we checked it. We worked it and we checked it. We worked it, we checked it, we worked it, we checked it. Turns out you got to take a lot more out of there than I expected to get it where you want it. So this is measuring out at 18 cc's now, and I have checked that, and we're just going to check that again with you guys watching. If you can see right here, I did mess up and drag that dang tool right across the sealing surface of the head, which makes me sad all day. But I'll show you that it's at 18 cc's, right where we want it, and then I'm going to have to figure out something for that. It looks and it feels pretty deep. Hopefully it's not that deep, but let's check it together and just double check that it's at 18 cc's or 18 milliliters, whatever you want to call it, same thing. I do got bear and moose out here wandering around in the yard, so kind of trying to keep an eye on them while doing this. So bear with me here. And I learned I really didn't need these 2 holes at the bottom that I did, but what are you going to do? I don't know if you can see that, but we're right at 20 cc's. I'm going to plug those 2 holes that don't even need to be there. And I'm going to shoot this water in. And we're full to the top there. And we stopped right at 2 cc's. And yeah, we're at 18 cc's. Now we got that combustion chamber bigger. We're happy with that. I need to fix this little mistake here. And I was hoping to measure for push rods in this video, but I think fixing that and showing you guys that I did that and how to fix it, a little more important. So let me get set up to fix this and I'll bring you right back. All right, so I got my setup here on my porch, and this is 600 grit sandpaper. I'm hoping that that'll get the bulk of it, but I'm just gonna dunk it in my water. Get water on this sandpaper, and I'm just gonna figure 8 it on there until that scratch is gone. So I'll show you what I'm doing, then I'll show you the final product. Just gonna do this. Until that scratch is gone. So I'm gonna knock this out and I'll bring you right back. So I've been going at this for a good 45 minutes to an hour. Just around and around and around, twisting circles. Like I've been going like this, figure 8s, and then just pushing and twisting like this, turning it, just keep turning it. I've just been doing that non-stop, and I pretty well have that scratch gone. So right here is where it was, and it went straight across there. And I don't know if you can see it, but all that's left, just one little nick right there. And I'm gonna call that good enough. So I'm happy we were able to get that out of there. Just one little nick right there still. So let's take this back over to the table and we'll check the CC of the chamber again, just to make sure we're still around 18. All right, let's get this set back up and check this real quick. Got my 20 milliliters of water. And I'm just gonna slowly inject that in there. So we're back to 17 cc's on that. So we must have took a good amount off of there to drop a whole cc or milliliter, whatever you want to call it. So it's getting dark. I got the light on, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Tomorrow I'll come back in here and I'll try to gain back another cc. Hopefully I can. If not, then we'll just have to work with what we got. All right, so we got our little scratch fixed on the side there, and we did a little more work in the combustion chamber and opened it up. Got our syringe filled with 20 milliliters of water, and we'll just see what we get here. And so we're right back to 2 left. So that puts us at an 18 cc combustion chamber. So when we're all done, this is what we're left with. I might come in here and try to smooth out some of this back here just a little bit. And it definitely seems like whenever I check it, I could get 2 different measurements. So is it right on? Probably not, but it's good enough for what we're doing. So I did a little bit more cleanup in here, not a lot. And we're still measuring at about 18 milliliters, cc's, whatever you want to call them. And I'm happy with that. I would have liked it to be a little bigger, but it's just not. The 18 cc's is good. It should put me, I think I measured it at like 11.5 to 1 compression, and that's good for some premium gas. And that was the only reason I opened this up, was to lower my compression ratio so I didn't have to hunt down race gas every time we wanted to ride the mini bike. So this is what we ended up with. Let me know down in the comments what you think. But that's going to do it for this episode of Nicsminibikes. Make sure you hit the link down in the description. Go check out the merchandise. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. Go get you something. And as always, we appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you on the next one.